Hiya! You've only got me because Mr MLG's done a runner, and I can't get the cameras to stop flickering, even though it doesn't look like it's flickering on this screen as much as it is on my screen over there. So on my screen over there, it's got all wavy lines on here. Is it all wavy lines on yours? Or is it just me? Because if it's just me, that's fine. Don't know. So I haven't been able to set this camera up for his face because he's not here. He's in the building. So not sure. I might have to like move it and things when he comes. Ooh. Oh, and I've got my onesie on. Look. It's got little. It's a cat, and it's got little shiny ears. So there you go, because it's quite cold. Tonight, Mr MLG is going to have a go at Vallejo Xpress Colour. We have these in stock in our grubby little hands and on the website now, because we don't like putting things on the website for pre-orders and taking people's money and stuff and not being 100% sure when they're going to arrive. But we have them now. Look, here. You can see them. So these are the ones that Nathan wanted to try. I can hear him. I can hear his shuffly little feet with his slippers on. You know that noise that slippers make when they shuffle? I can hear him. So he's going to try these tonight. I've got no idea. I think he's going to try them on these peeps here. Oh, that's nice. As far as I know, he's going to try them on these and see what they're like. Oh, I can see him. Hello.
Yeah.
Have you got a puppy?
No.
Oh, I better go and find a puppy. Looks okay. Oh, good. No wavy lines for you. Oh, that's fine then. I'm going to move now. Bye. See ya.
You're right there.
Yeah, my screen's got wavy lines on it. Apparently it hasn't on anybody else's, so that's fine.
Good. Hi everybody, it's me.
What you've done with the dog?
I mean, yeah, he wasn't there when we were reading stories. I don't know where he is. Hi everyone. Got a big box of these to try out. So that's some medium express medium. We've got cardinal purple. Gonna give as many of them as we can. A bit of a whirl. Orc skin. I reckon this guy looks like he could be like a ogre, massive orc thing. He might get a bit of that on him. Deep purple. So cardinal purple, deep purple. Black lotus. Let's stick him around here. Velvet red. What's that one? There's another red somewhere. Plasma red. Looks cool. Martian orange. I think there's another orange somewhere. Another orange? We've got nuclear yellow and imperial yellow. I thought there was a second orange. Copper brown, wasteland brown, dwarf skin, copper brown, wasteland brown. Is there another skin colour somewhere? I think I've got them all. Dwarf skin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Templar white. That's space grey. Caribbean turquoise. Storm blue. Mystic blue and omega blue. Gloomy violet. That should go on that end. What else we got? Snake green. Plague green, orc flesh, lizard green, And troll green. Loads of greens. Never enough browns, but loads of greens. Right, let's just have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. Got 24. That's right then.
Greedy.
I know. Right, I need a paint palette.
Paint palette?
Yeah, have you got one? I think I might have left it on the table. Sorry. Right then.
No.
So earlier on, I reposed my dragon.
John the Templar is splendiferous.
Ah, splendiferous. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Splendiferous. So yeah, reposed the dragon because his wings had got like right hunched around his body. So I got the kettle out and boiled him. So we could try and put some in these sections of wings so we could try some different ones out. So we're going to go in order. So obviously we don't need the medium, we know what that is, it's like a thinner. So all of these minis I'm going to try out different colours so we can see what they're like, and then I'll, once I've got an idea of what they're like, then we'll probably repaint at some point in the not too distant future. So, they've all got a seal on, so you know that you're the first person to crack them. Tony says, be right back. Just getting a shot of Jerry in my dungeon setting. I might have to do this in the Discord dungeon, as he's bigger than I thought. So, first one, Gloomy Violet. So let's try out some Gloomy Violet on the first section of wing on our dragon. So, gave it a good shake. I don't think they've got mixing balls in. No mixing balls. So, Gloomy Violet. Let's get some of that in. Ooh, it's not very gloomy, I would say it's luminescent.
First deep purple and now Mungo, Jerry, says John.
I've missed something.
You see, if I turn your thing down now, I get even more wiggly wogglies.
Now then, first impression is these are thin. They're more like an ink wash than contrast, I would say. It's, some of the contrast paints are definitely more like a gel. This is definitely more of an ink type finish.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of them, John. It's normally that you don't have enough lighting, but we've got exactly the same amount of lighting as we always have. And if I switch the big light on, it doesn't make it any better, does it? Is that
better or worse?
Have you turned your light down?
I have not. I have not turned my light down. No.
You're just making a lot of wobbles now. Oh, it's just not having a good day. It's not being. You know, I think that's better, isn't it? Is it like a bluey purple?
Yeah, it's like.
It looks very blue on the
screen. It's yeah.
It's what?
Gloomy violet, but it's not. It's like a lilac-y lavender type colour. I'm going to see how that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It looks blue on the screen, but it's definitely purple.
The screen's having a stupid day. That's what the screen's doing.
Yeah. Right. So that's gloomy purple. First one. Then we'll try some Black Lotus.
Milky Brooks too. This is just musical stream. Oh, if I turn you down, you're gonna have loads of lines all over you. There we go. Turn you down that way. Oh, I hate technology. Hopefully that's better now.
Black Lotus. Let's try some Black Lotus out on his next section.
What kind of colour would Black Lotus be?
Well, it looks very similar, although a lot thinner, to Nox Black from the Reaper Super Washes range. Kind of like a very bluey, greeny black. So it's not a black. It's like a very dark.
Bluey, greeny black.
Yeah, it's like a sea black. Bluey. I don't know how else to describe it. Like a deep sea blue kind of colour.
Mm.
And these are all straight WizKids minis. You know, there's no fancy undercoats or anything. Yeah, no extra primer or anything. It's just straight out of the packet WizKids unpainted minis, just for test purposes. So that's that kind of colour. Right. This is quite cool, this. Deep purple. Is that the one that you were showing off? Oh, it was a green one that you were showing. Yeah, so this seal on the cap is like, at least you're going to know you've got a brand new pot of paint when you're the first person to crack the seal. Guarantee. Right. So that's quite a. If you were talking about Citadel contrast paints, that is definitely a volupus pink type shade on there. So this, the Black Lotus, I can definitely see myself using on my Song of Ice and Fire minis, because I've been thinning the Reaper Nox Black to get just that kind of colour for their armour. But if I could use this straight out of the bottle, that's an easy win. So that's quite a nice bright pink. Oh, we've got a chat from someone who wants to offer some promotions.
Oh, I was looking at something.
Take your eye off the ball for seconds.
For a second there, I thought that I had deleted Tony's comment because it came in just underneath, but I do think I actually got the right thing.
Cardinal Purple, which is definitely like a red looking tone straight on there. What are you doing under there, dog? Right then, so ooh, wow, that is bright. So Cardinal Purple looks like blood red, like fresh blood when you put it on the palette. But painting it on is quite a bright magenta pink. What are you doing, Hound? If you can't hear all the buffeting and noise, Gizmo is trying to get himself comfy under my knees. It appears to have settled.
He comes with us to the shop on a Monday, and he was super good when the postman came.
Not when any of the delivery people came.
He was stood in the room when the postman came.
Yeah.
It was on his lead, and he was super good. And the postman was slightly annoying me by making stupid noises every time he walked past him. So every time he walked past him, he didn't say anything to me, and he didn't like come towards him or anything. But every time he walked past him, he went like, pss, 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 like he made silly noises at him, like trying to make him react. And then he said to you, didn't I think he's gonna bark at me, and you said no, because he don't bark. And I'm thinking, stop making stupid noises at him then, and he won't. Yeah, it was very strange. I thought, if you want to come and stroke him, then just say, and you can come over and stroke him. It was really, why are you making noises at him?
John wants a gizmo cam
A gizmo cam. No, I ain't got a camera.
No.
And I can't even see him, to be fair.
He's settled down now.
He's got his pet shirt on so that he doesn't lick his stitches. 'Cause he's being naughty, so now he has to wear this special t-shirt.
Yeah. Have you buttoned him up?
I've buttoned him up, yeah. Which is much more comfortable for him than the silicone.
Yeah. And it's much better for us getting a good night's sleep. Or as good a night of sleep as we can possibly get.
Well, not only that, it's more comfortable for him than having a great big plastic thing.
Yeah. Right then, so this one is Velvet Red. Now I know Wicked D really likes Velvet, doesn't she? I think.
I think you know that is the other way around. Tony says, Mills is on first name terms with our postie and bin men. Yeah, he likes the posties and stuff. He would have jumped all over him and made a fuss if I'd have let him. But yeah, it was strange.
So
this is a multicoloured dragon.
It is. Well, I need to get an idea of what the shades look like so before I start whacking them on a mini.
That's a big Pokemon that's appeared in chat. It's an odd-looking thing.
Yeah.
John the Templar says spiffy.
It's very spiffy. Very spiffy, my dear.
Spiffy.
I've got this miniature in my hand that I haven't done anything with yet. I don't know what to do with her.
You painted her black, is that what it is?
She's undercoated. Undercoated black. Is that alright?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Right then, what's this one? This one's Plasma Red. So this one's even more red.
Even more red.
Yeah.
That seems a very nice red that you've just painted.
Yes. Yeah, velvet red.
And that pink, Pete, that pink that is painted on the side is very pink.
Yeah. It's
what was the pink?
It was cardinal purple.
It's not like it's pink, Pete.
Yeah, it's like a proper magenta. It's I would say that's as close to the colour that I painted the Maw Crusher as you could get out of a bottle.
We'll have to put a picture on in Discord without the lighting issue. But you might like that pink, Pete.
Yeah.
What colour do you think I should do Sophie's skin?
Ooh. Oh, is that the one that looks a bit like Princess Leia?
She's got a bikini on.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, like slave girl Princess
She's
Leia.
She's reclining, apparently. She looks very awkwardly. She doesn't look very comfortable.
Drink!
Barbarical has been caught by John the Templar.
John's got a massive weird-looking Pokemon in his Pokeballs. Oh, you've got the kid's glass.
Yeah. Are you doing anything with it? This is the one out of the fridge.
No.
Sorry.
Mr MLG hadn't made Little Mrs Juice strong enough today, so she refused to take it to school and took the one that I'd made instead, because we both made one by accident. I didn't realise. I'd made mine first, and Mr MLG didn't realise that I'd made one. So she said that she didn't want her dad's because it wasn't good enough, so you're drinking it now, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's plenty strong enough. Anyway. Oh, and then this is Martian orange. This is like properly.
Wow, that's orange.
Yeah.
So do they go on all right? Are they
Yeah,
nice and smooth? What do you think?
Really easy to use. They're more like an ink than the contrast paints. It's more like painting with an ink. They're definitely a lot more fluid. They're not. Sometimes the contrast paint feels a little jelly.
Right.
It's feels heavy as you're trying to paint with it. But this definitely feels more like an ink. So
is everybody, as they've been producing contrast style upped their game then.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's, like it's the way I've arranged it. It's like it's a rainbow dragon.
Little Miss will like it then.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping it as a rainbow dragon?
No, my intention is to repaint it once I've got an idea of. No, because I need to find out what all these colours are like. This one is nuclear yellow. Oh, that'd be good for like Iron Jaw's armour for Age of Sigmar. People that like paint them yellow. They've all got a suit like, or I can think of comparison colours from the contrast range. Haven't really used a lot of the speed paints, so the army paint is speed paint, so I can't really compare it too much to that. I've only used 2 or 3 of those. But definitely colour-wise, this looks like Nazdreg yellow. Maybe a little bit brighter than Nazdreg yellow. But, and that looks, the orange is definitely brighter than Griff Charger, or Griffhound orange it is. Definitely looks a little bit brighter than that, which is great, because I was really hoping for some different shades. I was hoping that they wouldn't be exact matches. So I can definitely see a use for this Black Lotus. I think this purple colour that I used first, the violet, I think is more what I wanted for my Genesteel Occult guys. It looks a little bit thinner. The one that I've used, the GW one, is very heavy. I think I might try that on the next batch. This colour is absolutely fantastic. The deep purple is like a volupus pink kind of colour. Maybe a little bit darker. Maybe more Magus purple. Shaiish purple. But yeah, pretty cool. We'll have a check on them once they're dry. Right, so that's. Let's get the other yellow on the go, and then we can try some browns out on the ogre. On the grey render, we're gonna get try the browns out on this guy. We'll do each limb in a different colour. I think that's still a little wet, that green there. A little Miss has been using it to paint her mini.
Oh yes, today.
Yeah, it's freezing in here now, isn't it?
Well, that's true.
Spilt a bit into the red. It's blobbed down into that red. We'll have to see how that turns out.
So, is there any weird reactive colour thing like there was with the speed paints?
I will try that when they've had a chance to dry. Yeah, see if you can reactivate them. Apparently, I was discussing with somebody the other day that apparently they're reformulating the speed paints to try and avoid that issue. Oh no, I've caught the red that was still wet and it bled a little bit. No, we'll see how that turns out.
What's everybody else been up to then while Mr MLG paints with the new Vallejo Xpress Colours, which I keep wanting to put an E in front of but don't have one.
Doesn't it? Oh no, it doesn't.
No, it's Express, isn't it? Just you know.
I think it had an E in front of it on the paperwork, which would have confused the matter even more. Yeah. Right then, browns. So we're going to try the browns out. So let's put our dragon aside for a moment. We'll try the browns out on the grey render.
Is that what the mini's called?
Yeah, that's what this mini is called. This is a mini that I like the look of ever since I first saw it. It reminds me of the Rancor from Return of the Jedi. Although isn't quite exactly right to be a Rancor.
It just
Reminds me of one. Right then, so this is copper brown. Copper brown. So I'm going to try I'm going to try an arm in copper brown. Oh, this is quite heavy.
What do you mean by heavy?
You know, there's a lot of pigment in there. I can see as it's going on. It's definitely lingering a lot more, should we say, rather than just running into the detail. It's sitting on the surface. It's going to need a little bit of managing of colour.
Tony says, not doing much here. I'm still too cold in the hobby room, so I'm gazing at town folks' brews from Dungeons and Lasers. Yes, we had to light both fires when we came home because the house was very cold.
Yeah. Well, those townsfolk, the Dungeons and Lasers one, they've definitely got me intrigued. That box set. I like the look of the Tommy the Ghost.
Tommy the Ghost?
Oh yeah, because it's a selection of NPC townsfolk. So there's some guards and different characters. So there's like the bartender and stuff. So there's town guard and things. And one of the little characters on the sprue is a kid with a sheet over its head, like a ghost.
Bless.
Tommy the Ghost.
Has he got any feet?
Yeah, poking out the bottom, I think. Yeah. It looks like he's running as well, so it's, could be playing around the town as you've got it set up. Be cool to make a little diorama or something with him, I think.
What's your intentions for them, Tony? They're brilliant. Tommy the Ghost is brilliant. I can paint him and Gary the Peacebreaker up next. Got like a goose.
Ah, yes. There's some really cool looking stuff in those sets. I'm really looking forward to the next thing that they're doing. So Archon Studios are doing an RPG monster manual by the look of it, with miniatures to accompany it. And that looks absolutely fantastic. If the dragons and stuff that they've already done are anything to go by, it's going to be.
Will we
really
be able
awesome.
to have those?
Yeah, and we'll be getting it. We'll be getting it. We've already gone for they did some terrain. That was the most recent one that we've done. They did the terrain pack, and you wanted the creatures. Do you remember?
Nope.
Yeah. I'd just done it for the terrain, and one of the stretch goals, or like every backer got one Tarrasque mini, like this absolutely massive Tarrasque mini. That was like your main reward for backing their campaign. And then I showed Mrs MLG what it was, and you saw that there was a pledge that was all loads of monsters and things, and you made me get it.
Oh, because I'm good like that. I made you get it and then forgot.
Yeah.
All about it.
I'll show you it again.
Still having issues, says Pete, with making C without spending loads.
Yeah, I can't. I'd love to be able to give you some advice, Pete, but I've never made water with anything other than PVA glue. So, and it's never looked particularly great. I've just made puddles and stuff. I've not really got a lot of experience with it. Although I do know a chap who. Is it for your boats that you've been doing?
I assume so.
Yeah. So there's if you have the opportunity to go to the Bridlington and Wolds Scale Model Club meetings, there is a chap that goes there who his kind of specialisation is battleships and stuff in smaller scales, and he does absolutely amazing water effects around the bases of his battleships. So maybe someone like him is who you need to go and speak to, because that's his thing. He puts loads of effort into doing all the, even though the ships are really small scale, he does all the railings on them and everything. It's absolutely awesome.
Can you remember his name?
I want to say that he's called Tony, but I can't remember his surname. But I will see if I can find out when the next meeting is. They tend to meet once or twice a month. in Driffield, so just down the road. So I will see if I can find out when the next meeting is, and I will let you know.
Tony says, our Tony that is.
Yeah.
I want to make a 16th century style, big scenic townscape and dockside thing, and the NPCs and townfolk would be brilliant civilians to add to give the whole thing life.
Awesome. Right. I'm going to divide this guy's body up into so many pieces so I can try these colours out. I think.
Did you actually both get paper, John, or is he lying again? Hey, Wickedy! Mr MLG is trying out new, brand spanky new paints.
Yeah.
He started off by painting a rainbow dragon, and now he's painting with the browns, and these are Express Colours from Vallejo. And I think so far he is enjoying them immensely.
Yeah.
And
it's nice having new shades and colours.
Are you finding them better than contrast or just different?
Just different, I would say. Just different. So that. So this first one is copper brown, and then this one that I've just used is wasteland brown, which is definitely. Don't know. What would that be a bit like? Maybe a bit like snakebite leather.
And there's a wild Pokemon in chat.
From the GW range. Here's our rainbow dragon.
Look at those bright colours, Wickedy. They'd be super cool on some of your minis.
Yeah. Right. Next off, dwarf skin. See, I'm a little disappointed that there are only 2 browns.
That's because brown is rubbish.
That's because you need more. You need more browns. Right then, so dwarf skin. This is the only skin colour, as far as I'm aware. Dwarf skin. So, like, GW in the contrast range, you've got 3 skin tones. Dark Oath. In fact, they've introduced a couple more. Like their second wave of stuff. Dark Oath Flesh, Gulliman Flesh, and Fire Slayer Flesh. But yeah, just dwarf flesh from these guys. Right, let's give him dwarf flesh on his head. So grey render's supposed to be grey, basically, like a big grey monster. Not overly familiar with them as a creature type, if I'm honest, but have seen pictures. My intention is to paint this guy when I do paint him, because he's not staying like this. Is to paint him in a selection of.
John the Templar says freeze for 5 seconds.
I think that was 5 seconds. Freeze! Did you freeze, Mrs MLG?
Well, I've got my head in the fire, so I didn't think it was safe.
Alright, yeah, maybe not appropriate. You'll have to do yours later. So, yeah, my intention is to do him in a selection of greys and browns, really. Make him look like a kind of
That's brown.
sewer monster. I know, but I'm dividing him up into sections here. He's going to look a bit weird if I.
What stream looped bot? When did that start
I don't know.
being odd? That's new. I'll freeze now. Look, wee, freeze.
But nobody can see you. We're not going to hear a boom, are we? Says John the Templar.
Not now. I didn't freeze.
Yeah. Right. So then we've got Templar White. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see anything from Templar White. Let's give it a whirl.
I was just going to compliment you on setting up a bot for streamers. Now I want me. It's done it on its own. Don't know what that's all about. Or what the 3 little stars are. Does what it wants. It's just had an update, so maybe that's it.
Templar White. Right then, what should we do with Templar White? Let's give it a go on his leg.
You know me, I don't set up stuff. Yay! Well done for not setting it up!
John the Templar says well done.
Oh, thanks, John. Now that could either be well done for not setting it up, well done for not exploding when you had your head in the fire, or you for just well done for trying all these new paints out.
Yeah. Just whacking them on to see what it looks like.
No one's had the new sound that actually might make us jump.
No.
Maybe they're waiting for that for when you're painting eyes. All of the above, says John, applauding for all of the above. And for Gizmo being super good today as well. He was watching people out the window as they were going past.
Yeah, there was a few people saw him.
So a few people, sorry, did you see that gentleman that stopped to talk to him?
No.
A gentleman stopped to talk to him through the window and was very, very entertained by the fact that Gizmo's head was bobbing about. And then he saw me looking at him and I smiled at him in it's alright, you can talk to him through the window. And he was like, and then he left.
I think there was a young couple were looking at him, and I don't know if they thought it was amusing that he had his little onesie thing on.
Maybe. Yeah, he's got his pet shirt on. It does look like we've dressed him up.
Right, space grey. Let's try out some space grey. We'll do that on his other leg, I think.
It maybe does give us slight hope that we might be able to dress him up in a Halloween costume if he's getting used to his pet. Someone's heart's racing. So exciting, this stream.
It's non-stop.
Non-stop excitement.
Space grey. I like space grey. This is cool.
That's like a blue grey.
Yeah.
Gizmo is a style leader. Yeah, sure is. It does actually suit him, to be fair. He's had a very tiring day though, doing nothing. So now he's asleep.
Just trotting around in the shop.
Trotting around in the shop, keeping an eye on everybody, making sure everything's alright. Tony says, I nearly got deleted earlier by Mrs MLG bot. I didn't. Somebody came in WikiD and said a load of nonsense about being famous or whatever. And just as I was deleting it, Tony's comment popped up, and I thought for a moment that I'd accidentally deleted Tony, but I hadn't. I'd hit the right button. I missed yours, didn't I, last night? I missed your spam bot.
No, you got invaded.
But you caught it yourself, so that was fine.
Right,
was it last night or maybe the night before?
Let's have a quick review. We've got 9 left, so let's have a quick check back. So, this nice bright violet colour here is Gloomy Violet. Gloomy Violet.
They are very nice colours.
And then we've got Black Lotus, which is really nice. Then we've got Deep Purple, Cardinal Purple, which is magenta, Velvet Red, which is that nice red there, deep red, Plasma Red, which is a real bright red, Blood Angels Red, perhaps, shall we say, Martian Orange, a nice bright orange, Nuclear Yellow, which is this one here, And imperial yellow is this really bright yellow on the front of the wing there. Somehow I've got paint on me. I'm really careful when I've got paint on me. Let's just get rid of that. Looks like I've been smoking 20 a day. Right, yeah, just put him over there. And then we've got copper brown on this arm. Copper brown, which is quite nice. Then we've got wasteland brown. This one on his back here. Dwarf flesh on his head. We're just waiting for holy white. Not holy white. Sorry. No, not apothecary white. That's the. They're the two speed paint and Citadel paints. Templar white. Templar white on this leg. Space grey on this leg. Okay, and then so I've got something to hold on to. I'm going to put him to one side to dry, and we'll go back to putting a bit of paint on the dragon. So we're going to go for Caribbean turquoise for the dragon's next bit.
Where did they come up with these names?
I don't know. So let's rotate the palette a touch and try out.
I don't think I've ever seen such a colourful beast, says Wicked D. Yeah, apparently, I said that you should keep it this colour, but he's not apparently.
No.
Tony says, Kathy wishes that Billy would accept being dressed up as she wants to dress Mills up in silly outfits. The Chucky one would be hilarious. The Chucky one is super cool. Have to agree with that. I don't know if Gizmo would really. He would let me put something on him because he's a good boy. But whether he'd be happy about it or not,
I don't think he'd be bothered so long as it wasn't anything too heavy or anything.
I don't know. He did let me put that Santa beard and tie on him at Christmas. But that was Discord's fault anyway by Santa's beard.
He's a very placid puppy.
I know, but that doesn't mean that, I won't want to upset him.
It's not going to agitate him. Right then, so Caribbean turquoise is pretty bright. Well, I mean they're all good, really, but a nice bright turquoise.
Is, yeah.
I wonder what this might look like over silver. I wonder if this would be a good colour for Alpha Legion Space Marines over a silver undercoat. Might have to give that a try at some point. See how it flows. So the problem with like a lot of these kind of paints, contrast paints, heavy ink washes and what have you, is they're no good for painting flat areas. But that'll be a future test. Try it out over on a Space Marine on a flatter area surface. See how much management of pigment it takes to get it to sit nicely in the edges of the armour and not pool on the flat surfaces too much. Right, let's just get that little bit of his face done, and then we can
Stretch. John F. Templar says stretch.
It is strange hearing my own voice, but it's not coming out of my own face. Oh, that is a lovely colour. Another one for you there, Wicked Day, I think. I definitely think these colours.
yeah, I do like that. It's nice and bright. Right, let's get that on the stretch.
Stretch accompanied by strange noises.
Yeah, stretchy noises.
Is that the law, is it?
And a free hydrate.
I know, guys, far too generous this evening.
Right then, on to the next, Storm Blue. Ah, this one's leaked. Oh. So this one's leaked, and the seal has not worked. Oh, that's a shame. When you're trying to test out a new product and it's faulty. Oh, at least you know. I just don't do enough minis to need speedy paints. I enjoy doing the details, says Wicked D.
You can use them as shades and things. You don't have to just whack them on and walk off. You could use the colour and then and then highlight it up with other things.
Why did I do that?
Why did you do what?
I put the lid back on before I'd had a chance to clean the inside of the lid.
I don't know.
No. It was very silly of me. I know it's just blobbed it all over again.
We got home this evening to a big puddle of water in the middle of our kitchen floor.
Yeah.
Which I didn't see, and just walked through and got really wet feet. Oh look, there's a wild purloin that looks like a grumpy cat. It looks like the kind of cat that just goes, just don't come near me unless you've got food, isn't it? It's very strange. And skinny little arms as well.
I can't see it because all I can see is a message that says something.
Oh, there you go, Dan. Yeah, massive head and skinny little arms. Doesn't seem to go. I hope nothing's broken. It's the dishwasher. The dishwasher has decided that after 12 years it's had enough.
Yep.
And it's gonna chuck stuff all over in a little fit. So we're not entirely sure.
It's the first time it's done it that we're
It is
aware
the first
of.
time. Well, I think we'd notice if there was water on it.
Well, I know, but it might have had a little leak. It doesn't look like it has. Doesn't look like it's leaked.
It hasn't leaked before. I'm telling you that I would notice if there was water all over the kitchen floor. Normally I am in when the dishwasher is on, but I was at the shop with you and I'd put it on as we'd left. It smelled very nice. It was like, dishwashery tablety smell, but not good. So I'm not really quite sure. You think it's the seal, don't you?
Yes.
So we're not quite sure what we're going to do about that, because literally it was a few minutes ago and we were mopping up and messing about and trying to get it sorted, because we have a laminate kitchen floor and I didn't want it to get under it and lift the laminate up, because we've had all sorts of problems with our kitchen floor, haven't we?
Yep.
It used to be tiled and the tiles would sink and break as you were walking on them. It's very strange. So we laminated it to make it safer, basically. To be fair, 12 years is some good go. Not for me, it's not. I'm not buying a new one. No. It would have been a big accident, John, if there would have been something wrong with Gizmo, if it had been a Gizmo accident. Also, he was at the shop with me, so can't blame him. But yeah, big. Yeah, there would be like 6 Gizmo accidents.
Right, Storm Blue is a nice, almost purple blue, or lilac blue. There, it's quite a nice colour. I can think of some uses for that. Going to be painting some of these guys soon. This was one of our very early contrast experiments. This is a Gene Stealer. Going to be painting some of these guys in the not too distant future. Not in this bright colour scheme. It's going to be a bit darker. So the either this purple or this blue, really, for their bodies, rather than whatever turquoisey looking shade that's got on it. Not quite sure who painted that one. Right then, so this one looks nice. This is Mystic Blue. Ooh, this looks nice. Should we do a bit of tail? We'll do a bit of tail on this guy. Ooh! Ooh!
D has used this card incorrectly.
Wicked D, that's not what that card's for. Silly sausage.
This one is super bright blue. I can't think of any comparison for that in the Citadel range. Oh, maybe Talasar blue, actually. Thinking about it. Let's do one more little panel.
The only option was to play it, was it? That's not right.
Yeah, you should be able to do other stuff.
You should be able to use it to craft. This is me not remembering how to work stuff now. It's a stupid card if you ask me, but you know, there we go. Let's have a look, see what it says. Yeah, it says it's craftable. You should be able to destroy it for 10 and then use those 10 to create other cards.
Very, very bright blue. There. Mystic blue. Could be good for spell effects and stuff. Like that. And then we've got Omega blue, which I'm thinking could be like Space Marine, Ultramarine armor blue. But we'll try it and find out. Have we got anything in that one? No. Let's pour it into that well. So this is Omega blue, nice deep looking blue. See what it looks like on the mini. Ah yes, perfect. Perfect. A nice deep blue, like ultramarine blue, almost blue. Ideal for painting ultramarine space marines or anything else that you want in like an imperial blue. What we haven't tried, and I know that a couple of the people in the Discord have, is the Green Stuff World dipping inks. Haven't tried any of those.
No, you can't try everything.
No.
Can't afford to try everything. I
Yeah.
packed some, or I picked for packing some dipping inks today.
You did, and I packed them.
Yeah, see, on a Monday you get things picked by me and packed by you.
Mm-hmm. I think we make an excellent team, my darling.
An excellent team. You're downstairs, I'm upstairs.
Oh, no, that's not true. You were only upstairs for...
I was upstairs for so long today that you sent me a message to see where I was.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying to find a million things. I was like, I'm trying to find a million things for this massive order of all like little things, and then when I brought it down you went, that's so-and-so from the Discord. And I went, oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let them off then for letting me coffee go cold while I pick their order.
Well, I did tell you that it was there.
I know. Ross had already told me he'd made it.
I do.
So there was no claiming it that you'd made it for me.
No, I wasn't. Wasn't trying to claim that.
I don't normally have a drink at the shop because it's gross.
Why is it gross?
Because it's gross coffee, and it's
the same coffee we have at home.
it's not. It's weird, and it's like icky, and I don't know. There's no milk, obviously, because we don't have a fridge.
Nope.
We're so hard done. But what we need to do is win the lottery, and then we can, like, have some heating and a fridge. Maybe we'd have to win a lot though.
We already run it as a like non-profit organisation.
That's why I said we'd have to win a lot.
Tried one of the dipping inks so far, says Tony. Used it on Jerry the gelatinous cube, so not the ideal test subject, but we'll try them on proper primed minis. And Wicked D says, come to the office, we will make you a coffee.
Oh, don't be like every Monday I'm at the shop now, so don't be saying things like that. I'll be nipping across. We're going, June, Becky says I can have a coffee. I didn't see you today out the window. I don't really know what window I'm looking in anymore though, so.
Snake green. I'm going to leave the dragon a minute again. I'm going to, is he dry enough for handling, maybe? Give him a snake green arm. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's like an emerald kind of colour, I would say. If I'd have had more preparation time, what I really should have done is paint some bases with these colours, so we could have left them like mount them. Maybe we'll have to do that. We'll have to get
we've said that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've said that before. Paint some bases and then leave them near the, on a display near the paint so that people know what colours they are. We have said that before.
Yeah.
But then you said we need to get some bases and prime them and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're painting all the way down there.
Oh, sorry. Paint back over here.
Yeah.
Snake green. Yeah, we'll have to
What do you think to snake green then?
get some bases sorted out. Snake green, I like. It's a really cool emerald colour. I think this would be absolutely fantastic for a dragon.
I don't think Karuniko's in chat.
Yeah, might paint a dragon this colour. Got a couple of dragons.
Well, one just right there.
Well, there is, yeah. Got a couple of dragons to paint. In fact, yeah, that one might get painted this colour. Its wings are curling back down again. That's very annoying. I might have to give it a bit more serious.
Serious talking.
Modification, yeah. The problem is that the plastic obviously is so strong that it's.
Is it a WizKids one?
Yeah. So it goes quite floppy when you heat it. So I boiled the kettle on it and did it earlier on. Oh, let's just have a. So if you can see that, that's snake green. Quite a bright, vivid green. Although it doesn't look it on there. We'll have. We'll take some photos once they're all dried and get them in the Discord, I think. What was I going to say?
Floppy wings.
Oh yeah, floppy wings. So his wings are curling back round again. So I've straightened them up, but they come like, so they're like really in the sides of his body.
John V. Templar says yes.
But because the plastic is so strong, it's forcing its way down all the time, trying to get back to its original point. That you wouldn't even be able to pin it. I think if you pinned it with something that was thin enough to go inside the wings, it would just bend it. What we've got now? Now we've got Plague Green. Perfect for our zombie Hulk. Give him a bit of Plague Green, I think. Got 4 greens left to try, so I'm going to try those on the zombie Hulk, I think. Plague Green.
We've been watching Agatha Raisin again,
Oh,
haven't we?
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Well, we can't finish streaming until we've got them all on.
okay. We've started watching it from the beginning because we do like it, don't we? We can't remember.
No.
It's just a bit of silliness, and we can't remember who's committed the murders, so it's all good.
It's like Midsummer Murders meets Miss Marple kind of thing. If you've never watched it, Agatha Raisin. If you've never seen it, Agatha Raisin is a retired PR guru who's moved to the Cotswolds for a quieter pace of life.
But obviously, everybody starts dying as soon as she moves.
Yeah. So it's pretty good.
It's a bit like when you watch if you watch Midsummer Murders and you wonder how there's still people in the village because everybody's dead.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. But I've also been watching, on the recommendation from Discord, Russian Doll on Netflix.
Oh yeah. I came home partway through an episode on Thursday or Friday night,
And you got very confused.
and I was trying to make sense of it, and you just told me to go away.
Well, it was the last episode. It was the last episode of the season, and you wanted me to explain it all to you. It's like, no, you're all right. But that's all right. I started watching it, and the first episode I wasn't quite sure if it would be my cup of tea, but I carried on and gave it a go, and watched the whole of season 1. So I must have enjoyed it. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Oh look, there's a wild Zeb Striker. Those super cute.
Oh yeah,
zebra in the chat den.
I've seen one of them in one of them's in one of the decks that we use at Pokemon.
I honestly thought you were going to say I've seen one of them in real life.
No. And I can't remember what it evolves from. Zeb Striker's like the second version of it. I think.
Other cute little zebra one.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. So that's Plague Green. That's a really nice green. And then we've got Orc Skin. I'm going to put that on his other leg, and then we're going to put the last 2 greens on his arms, so we can try those out. And then we've done all 23 colours.
Wowzers!
Because there's 23 and medium, so like a thin in medium. So this one, squeeze too much of that out really. But this is Orc Skin, which is quite a bright green. Let's get that. In fact, we're going to put this on his arm. Ooh, it's bright. It's almost Tesseract Glow bright.
Wowzers! It is. Wicked D and Pete have both got their cute little zebra. You see, it wasn't just me. Wicked D thought you were going to say I've seen one in real life. I love the number of witnesses in Midsummer Murders who have an axe to grind. Yeah, you might like Agatha Raisin, Tony. It's just a bit of fun. It doesn't particularly take itself seriously. Got to go for now. Yeah, we're running over again, aren't we, Tony?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, Tony.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, so Russian Doll is about a lady who I can't remember her name, even though I've watched all of it, who dies on her, I believe, 34th or 36th birthday, and then comes back to life and wonders, like, obviously what's going on, and relives her birthday and goes like, hang on a minute, I'm fairly sure that this has all happened before. And then slowly starts to realise as she dies, and goes back to her birthday party, that something isn't quite right. So she tries to figure out what's going on.
So it's like Groundhog Day.
A bit like Groundhog Day. but not. She takes a lot of drugs and drinks a lot. So in that respect, it's not really like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
And that's her first thought. Her first thought is whatever she'd had that night, perhaps that has had some effect on her.
Right.
Like, you know, hang on a minute. What did I have? And then she investigates and goes off. I won't say any more because it'll spoil it if you ever watched it. But it is good. It is good. And the lady, I'm no good with actresses, but the lady who's the main character is a very good actress. Despite her character's character flaws, you are still rooting for her.
Yeah, I didn't understand the bit that I saw at all coming in at the end.
You came in the end of about season.
I know I did. I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand it because there was obviously a lot you needed to know.
Yeah.
Right then, lizard skin. So there are more skin colours. It's just that they're not flesh, like human flesh colours, or mammal flesh colours. Reptile skin. I quite like this green. I think I would use lizard skin for my orc skin. It's this is a really nice,
Yeah, it's not
darker green.
It's not luminous.
It's looking really good. So maybe the bright green orc skin colour for something like the gut rippers. The cruel boys, the newer orcs that they did in the Dominion set. They tend to be depicted with brighter skin, but I think that this lizard skin is definitely better for OG orcs. Like the.
You really just said OG orcs.
Yeah. It's because I'm down with the kids, you know.
Yep.
Like.
Yep.
We know what all those street speak things are. I'm hip.
So hip. But these are Vallejo, aren't they?
These are Vallejo.
And Vallejo don't make any minis themselves, do they? They
No.
just make paints.
Yeah. A very long-running manufacturer of paints. Vallejo.
Yeah, declaring yourself as hip means you totally aren't hip. Yep. I don't think I was ever hip even when I was a kid. I don't think I was ever really in.
I'm hip. I'm down with the kids. I know what's going on.
Is that your Austin Powers impression?
Yeah, you knew.
Well, it's,
Right then,
what's his face?
this is the last green. Troll green.
Troll green. I don't even know what kids say now. I don't even know what the word for cool is anymore.
Cool. If the kids that come and play on a Thursday and Friday night are anything to go by.
Maybe it's all going back round again. Maybe we could be hip one day.
Wow. Troll green is like super green.
The green of all greens.
The green, the purest green.
I have a nugget of the purest green. So, do any of the kids that come and play games in the shop think that you're cool? Or do they all just think that you're old?
I've no idea. I think
They don't talk to you.
No, I do talk to them, but none of them have gone like, "Oh, Nathan, you're so cool."
Well, no, that might be a bit weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, they must think I'm alright because they made me a birthday card.
That's true, and it was a very cool birthday card as well. Ooh, look, it's the green scroll! It's disguised as a troll, says Vicky D. The green scroll is something that is eluding us in our Pathfinder game, which we haven't played for about 2 years.
It's been a while. After we've been to Vapnatak at the start of February, we'll have to schedule a next instalment.
It's a good job that I base my character around my own personality, otherwise I might forget what it was.
Right. Some of these aren't going to be dry. We might have to have a recap tomorrow. But once I've finished this hand, we'll go through them all before we end.
I'm just waiting for the DM to not be working. I've been waiting a long time for that wicked day.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going to get this show out of the way, and then we'll schedule some game.
That's why I've had to start working with him on a Monday just so I can see him.
Right then, where are we? So we'll
Sat in a
start.
chair.
We'll start with Gloomy Violet. This is Gloomy Violet. Not it's not Nox Black. Confused myself. Black Lotus.
Well, what do you actually think to them while you're reading them out? What do you
Deep purple. I think they're mint. Definitely going to
Nice
be using
technical
these.
review. I think they're mint.
Really good. I'm going to be using these loads. Cardinal purple. Velvet red.
And why do you think they're mint?
Just
When you've got contrast and you've got speed paints and you've got isn't there another one as well? I can't remember. And you've got dipping inks and stuff. Why are these worth it?
They're more fluid, I think. And the colour range is totally different. So when I'm looking at these, none of these are identical to colours that I've already got in the Citadel range that I've got in front of me, because I've been painting a lot of stuff using the slap chop method. So I've already got an array, like all of my original contrast paints and a few of the newer ones lined up on the table in front of me. And I've been using those a lot, as you, if you're a regular viewer, you would know. So these are exciting because they're different shades that would complement the colours that I've already got. I'm not saying I'm going to exclusively paint a mini with these and not use contrast paints, but I would definitely use these in conjunction with contrast paints and the few speed paints that I've got that I use and stuff.
Oh, is that just because you've been brought up with GW and you're so used to using the contrast paints?
No, because I've kind of gone away from using GW's paints altogether. Using a lot of Green Stuff World, and as we've started collecting more and more Green Stuff World paints, Reaper paints, Vallejo paints, started using a lot of other brands, and then I've only really gone back to the contrast paints because I've been doing stuff quickly with the slap job stuff. But these are really good, like the super washes from Reaper. So I won't
That
stop.
was the other one.
I won't stop using these either. It's well, no, I won't. They're all just different tones and shades that are going to give different effects on your minis. So like, they're pretty cool. In fact, now this is dried, this turquoise colour on the head, whatever it was called, Caribbean turquoise, is a lot lighter than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was going to dry a bit darker than that, but that's cool. There's definitely potential for mixing them to see what kind of shades you can make But now I've got a visual idea of what all of these different colours look like on a Mini. Then I can repaint these and start again from scratch on the Mini and just do it as, you know, this one dragon is probably going to end up being a green dragon. With this kind of emerald green colour that I've put on this grey render's arm here. Do the whole dragon in that kind of colour, I think. And then just pick out a few details and highlights on it. The flesh colour is nice, the dwarf skin, that's a nice shade. These two browns, I am disappointed that there aren't more browns, kind of hoping for a couple more brown tones. But I am going to mix some of my own browns anyway. I've got some mixing bottles, so I can mix up some more browns. But the Crusader White is pretty cool on this leg.
What does everybody in chat think of what we can see?
Space Grey is like a really light blue kind of colour. Not a grey at all, but a light blue. They're pretty good. And these greens that I've put on this this zombie brute are absolutely fantastic. I like those.
Pokemon in chat.
Pokemon in chat. Helioptile. Yeah, so I like this colour, the plague green. I like this dark green. That's lizard green. This bright green is like a plague bearer flesh, but not quite the same as GW's. And then this bright green, like similar to Warp Lightning green, troll green. So there's plenty going on, plenty of colours to choose from. My result, my verdict so far, very very much like them. I think they're pretty cool. So when they're all dry, we'll take some pictures and put them in the Discord so you can see what they are like for yourself. But I would suggest that if you're looking at these thinking they look pretty cool, that there are a couple of colours and shades that we're missing really. So the black isn't really a black, not in the same way that we've got a black from GW and Army Painter with Black Legion and Black Templar that we have from GW, and then the I can't remember what the black from Speed Paints is called, but yeah. So this is more of a more like Nox black, more like this from Reaper. However, that's more the finish that you get when you thin it. So that's pretty cool. The colour that they've got as the white is fine. That's similar to Apothecary White, although Apothecary White splits and really takes a lot of shaking to get it into a usable function, whereas this seemed to come out of the bottle absolutely fine with just a little shake. This Storm Blue, quite like that, this kind of lilac-y blue that we've got on the dragon there, pretty good. I like them. I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them a lot. So, tomorrow night, because I know we're already way over time anyway, tomorrow night we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be sticking some minis to some bases and working on something slightly different, which is it's this guy and his mates. So this is a Gene Stealer Broodlord. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of a rough life and he's lost a couple of his fingers along the way. So we've got this guy to stick together, and I've got a bag full of spare parts. I'm going to try and do some little splicing of claws and stuff to get him some fingers, because on his left claw there, look, he's missing his big snippy claws. So we're going to try and repair him on the stream tomorrow night while Mrs MLG is painting something.
Yeah, whatever that might be. Right then, are you going to say goodnight?
I am. I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you all soon. Check out Discord in like the morning for pictures of these things once they're dry. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Bye.